All right, everybody, we're back with another show again. It's going to be a short one. If you're already watching this channel before, welcome back. If you're new to this channel, welcome. We're live here in the DFW studios. This is Shop Talk with your local contractor. I'm your host, Mr. D. Hey guys, again, thank you for being back with me and thank you for being here. We're going to be talking about uh, resilience as being an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs is a word that it's not spelled exactly the way it's said until you look at the end part of it. But if you really break down that word, it is very difficult. It's not easy, and the reason why I say that is there's some sacrifice before you get that payment. Now, some people can just fall into something, or it just stumbles right into them and it works out for them just fine. But when you're an entrepreneur, the one thing you have to do is you have to sell yourself. You have to be able to take rejection, take that back, and then you have to be able to dissect that. And then you have to be able to work with people. So if you're not a people person, it's probably not going to be for you. Now, there's lots of things that you can do that you don't have to work with people, but I do say that you will have to work with someone unless you're having someone sell for you, which you're going to have a communication with that person or that company. And there's a lot of bad, horrible lead generation companies that are out there. You're going to have some type of relationship with your marketing team. And if you don't have a marketing team, then you're going to have to do all the marketing. It's not just you get jobs and you do them and you're in a room by yourself, you do your eight, hit the gate. It doesn't work like that. When it comes to being an entrepreneur, everything is to be determined. It's based off of how well you can sell yourself, create those relationships. It's trial and error. Definitely fixing those errors and omissions, things that could have been a mistake, and make them better. And you want to be able to deliver your service as a service-based business, meaning there is a need, you have the service, and then your service is what takes care of that customer by providing that service that gives solution and remedy and satisfaction. Satisfaction brings them back and keeps them coming. You're going to have a relationship with people. So you're going to have to be resilient. There's always going to be that no, but your thing is turning a no into a yes. Now, there's so much business out there because there's so many people out there that even if a million people tried, there's room for 2 million people. And the reason why? Small businesses run the world. If it wasn't for small businesses, there would not be as many things out there without small businesses. Now, when I say that, large companies are a simulation of a system that works for the CEO and the people like the investors, and it's do over and over again to where the owner never has to be in contact with their stuff. It's a system that's created. They may own many locations, and they may never see those locations in their life. They just hear about the numbers that they're producing, and then all of a sudden they're just reaping the benefits of it. The first part was starting that, making it happen. Um, the Roadhouse was one of the ones that the CEO for that uh, he's passed from the 2020 COVID era, but he was extremely sharp and super resilient. That was a true entrepreneur. If you look him up for the CEO for the Texas Roadhouse, this guy was extremely amazing. Um, I'm not going to put his name out there because I want you guys to look him up. But just look up CEO for Texas Roadhouse, and uh, you'll see what I'm talking about. Because I want you guys to deliver some type of curiosity to what I'm saying. So I'm going to sell the story, but I want you guys to look it up so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This guy was amazing though, and he went from failing 80 times to getting his dream and having 5 locations and 3 out of the 5 failing, And with two doing well, he was able to bring back those other three. And then before he passed, he had over 670 locations. Now they're at over 700 locations worldwide. And it's amazing. And Texas Roadhouse is not even from Texas. So, but his story is amazing. It's about a guy that did not give up. It was a guy that did not take a no for a no, but no for I'll be back and I'm going to try better. Not harder, just better. Um, he was that guy that had no fear. And if he did have fear, his fear was if he stopped, it wasn't going to work. This guy went right for it. And so when you do entrepreneurship, it's definitely a sacrifice because you got to put in a lot of time for something that may not work out. But that's not the that's not the guarantee. The whole deal is that you're doing it because it's what's paying dues and it's a remedy. You're building something. You're taking a raw system or material in its basic form and you're molding it tailored to something that you envisioned and you're making it real. Now, other people that are involved too as well, you're also adding to their life too as well because what you created and what you're doing for you and other people is the reason why people get up in the morning. It's one of the reasons why people get up in the morning. And when you look back on that, especially when you're not around and then you have to hire a manager and an assistant to work on your daily operation, you look back and you go, wow, you created something that when you look back, it's amazing. It's spinning on its own from all that hard work. Every wheel, boulder, or whatnot that you're trying to push off that hill, it took time to get that momentum to make it move and then make it roll and then make it go faster and then be able to move quickly to where it moved like it was nothing. But it wasn't easy. It had to start. There was a vision, there was determination, there was setback, and then there was that resilience to stay with it and that dedication and that fortitude to make it happen. It's all about resilience, sacrifice, resilience, and discipline. That is pure dedication. And so, whatever you do to create a business, even if you started a side hustle, um, you're creating something that is going to involve other people. It's going to service other people in the fact of things they need done, uh, things that people are working with you, the people that you're working with, and it's going to tie all these facets together. And it's something that came from your mind, and you put it together, and it's going to involve its own spot here in an existence. And after a while, it's just like blowing a feather. It'll once it's up in the air, it'll move on its own, and you just have to stick with it, whether you're involved or not, to keep its trajectory at motivating its movement towards success. Um, Being an entrepreneur, I've been in business for, I'd say, the best part of 10 years now. And I've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs. And those downs were hard. I was hit hard. Nobody told me how hard it was going to be. Matter of fact, if I had to do it all over again, some people say I would. Man, I wish I would have not woke up on that day that I made those mistakes, and maybe I would have woke up a little slower. But I think that's what molded me to know what I know now and shape me for who I am. Now, I'm not perfect, but I want to be better. I definitely want to be better at my craft. And in the end game, it is to make it run more efficient. Nothing's perfect, but to make things run more efficiently and to make more money, because that's what we're in the program for. Now, one thing you can't say when you're an entrepreneur is, I don't care what people think about me. Yes, you do. Because if people think less of you, then your product is horrible and you can't stand by it because you're not popular. You're that person that doesn't care what people think about you. So yes, you do. And I always hear people say, "I'll quit this company I'm working for, and I'll start my own business. So I could be my own boss." Well, I tell you, if you start your own business, I had thought to you, but you're gonna have more bosses by having more power, to have more responsibility, to have more control, to be more controlled. That's the game that you're gonna be playing. You see, there's always big fish and little fish, and a big fish could be a littler fish when it steps outside of its area. See, life is a region, and when you move, there's always someone bigger, badder, and faster. It's only by record, things that are recorded, who is the best by record. But that person who is iconically the best, whether it's a boxer or it's the best training coach or pilot or soldier, that's recorded. But unrecorded, you can't be the best. There's always someone out there that's better, faster, and sharper than you are. And some people just have to do less and they get more in return. It's just the way it works. Um, this whole segment was to motivate you. Whatever you do, whatever you want to do, write down a plan. If you have a cell phone, if you have a laptop, and you have an email, especially if you're driving, you should be able to start a business. Uh, I highly encourage you because a device to be able to communicate with someone, being able to reach out and send out emails and quotes, and a vehicle to be able to go out there and pick up your product or deliver yourself and your services, those are things to be able to start your side hustle that could create you um, an immense wealth that will allow you to be independent. Now, no matter what, you quit a job and you start your own business, you will work harder. So you're always going to have that thing where you're punching in a clock. It's just maybe not someone else's clock or other people's clocks. But stick with it. If you feel that you are having bad times, listen to inspirational speeches, motivations on the most successful people that have failed many times and they failed their way to the top. Um, it is lonely when you're at the top because when you're an entrepreneur, you go it alone. And even if you have a partner, sometimes those aren't always the best moves. But regardless, whatever your decision is, whatever your business is, I wish it to you the best, but go it alone. It's a journey. It's definitely a mission. It's something to fight for. And whatever it be, you're in the game to make money, stability, wealth, and it's not about getting rich. If it's meant to be, that will come. But you want to be able to call your own shots so that you can be independent, so that you can buy more food or travel to see places you want to go or be able to spend more time with loved ones when you're not busy because you have the finances to be able to do that. And you want to be able to look back and say, man, this is what I did. There's so many pats on the back and accolades for being able to start your own thing that if you start it, if you work it and you keep it and you grow it and it works out for you, then it's working out for others. Your success determines other people's success because remember, if you start something, especially if it's service based or if it's working with people or it's helping people, you're involving others in your life that when you come up, they come up. Now, everybody's going to have a different level, of course, but the remedy and the solution is you. It's your thoughts. It came out of your mind. It's your idea. And being an entrepreneur is an investigator, is someone who failed his way to the top. That's him or her. And when you get there, you master it to be better. A master is someone that's always in practice to manipulate the way things are to make it better as it fails to be better, not to fail as hard, but to succeed and not make promises, but do deliveries and moving those deliveries around to add attributes to them and changes to them so you can fine tune them so that it could be better. That's what a master is. A master fails their way to the top. Guys, I want to thank you for being here and joining me for this segment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like this, and I didn't have any generalization except for one person in mind, that was the CEO that I want you to look him up from the Texas Roadhouse, um, then let that be your motivation because I didn't want to put a specific title on anything for entrepreneur except for you. You are that one. So thanks for joining us. And like my sign says in the back, people.